You was made for destruction. You know, he's the offspring of destruction. You know, the son of perdition. He was made for that. Get Proverbs 16:4. You was made for that, man. You was made to be destroyed. You know,
Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
you was made for perdition.
Ah.
That's what you was made for. Okay?
And that's why he turned everything upside down, because pretty much the son, he called this nigga the devil. He the son of Satan. What's that word? Satan. This means adversary. You know, so Esau is pretty much adverse to every law of Yahawah outside.
Psalm, that's Psalm. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for evil. From the top. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So the Lord made you for himself to use you for the day of evil.
Right.
You, and it tell you in Psalms 100, the Lord have made us. We have not made ourselves. But you fucking Edomites, you try to research and dig and you look up stones and you point to telescopes in the sky so that you can come up with an explanation to how you made yourself. You didn't make yourself, man. The Lord made you, and he made you for a specific reason, for a specific purpose. To be the man of sin, to be the son of perdition. He made you for the day of evil. Because think about it, without Esau, it wouldn't be a nuclear weapon. Without the Edomite, you wouldn't have a nuclear weapon. So the Lord made you so that you can make a nuclear weapon, so that you could basically destroy yourself. Job 21 and verse 30. Verse 29. Have ye not asked them that go down by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. So they reserved. You got a reservation, Esau. Lord made a reservation for you with the day of destruction. You know? That's what you're reserved for. Because if Jake make a reservation, you get to the restaurant, they say, yeah, your table away. You're gonna be mad. Because that was your reservation. So the Lord not gonna give your table away, Esau. You know, your lot is there. You're reserved for it.
This is Sirach, chapter 39, start at verse 15. It says, magnify his name and show forth his praise with songs of your lips and with harp. And in praises he shall say after this manner, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. So he even made the evil for, recompense, because it's all about balance. When the Lord come back, it's going to be two things happen. It's going to be a shift of power, and it's going to be a restoration of his people. That's kind of like the same tip, but it's the restoration because, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on earth. And that shift of power is going to be translated from the current ruler system, Hebrew Edomite, into the Hebrew Israelite. And Yahushua is going to come with destruction and with healing in his wings. He's going to gather up the elect. And then he's going to destroy the two-thirds and the rest of these nations. But verse 16 and 17 is the point. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For at time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandments the water stood as an heap, and at the words in his mouth the receptacles of water. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleases him, and none can hinder when he will save. So the Lord put the evil in place to show the magnitude of his power. Because he could have put anybody in charge. Moab, Ham. He chose Esau. He chose you. Like the example you used with the reservation. So you was reserved for that day of judgment,
And Esau is the end of the world.
Yeah, that's power.
Yeah, because you got the scripture say time and chance happening to them all. The Lord chose Esau to be the last ruler to show you that you were destined to be an example of wickedness, as the scripture say in the New Testament. You got real quick, this is Psalms 55. And like the scriptures say, it says that he's the sword. The Lord created him to be the whipping stick of the earth. It says this is Psalms 50. This is Psalms 55 and
20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So it don't even matter. He don't even understand the concept of peace. He can't fathom. He can't bring together happiness and enjoyment. You know, even when he's speaking, it's a lie that's built in with it. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So that's him speaking as a dragon, right? He had 2 horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. You see, he come with peace, but by peace he destroyed many. Okay?
Yeah, because when all this first started, he told you everything's gonna be okay. We're just gonna lock down for a couple weeks, you know, and then everything will be back to normal. And they say, well, just wear this mask, you know, for a couple weeks, and everything be back to normal. And they say, well, we're gonna get this shot, you know, and once we get a certain amount of people, now it's they're forcing it on you. Now it's you get it or you lose your job. You know, so they'll speak peaceable words unto you at the beginning, but at the last he shall overcome you.
Yeah.
You know, it say in Proverbs 26 that his wickedness shall be declared before the whole congregation.
I got one more. This is Isaiah 10 and 15.
Also like it too, because you said that he don't know peace. I'm trying to find the scripture, I can't find it, but the scripture say there is no peace to the wicked. You know?
It says, this is Isaiah 10. And I'm gonna start at I'm gonna just get right to the point. It's Isaiah 10 and 15. It says, shall the axe boast itself against him that you therewith, or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood. You know, so the point is that Esau, no matter what he do, he can't get around being a wicked, man.
Because the Lord made you.
It made you that way, man.
Like I said, Esau, he come through it with his science. He literally trying to prove that he made himself, or that he was made out of nothing. They tell you that the things which are made were not made from things which do appear. So you didn't make yourself. YAHWASHI made you, man.
Right.
You gonna boast yourself against the one that made you.
Right.
You're trying to change your lot. Your lot is what it is, man.
That's why they create like the park programs, they create
Right.
wind, you know, planes, and then the UFO chariots. You know what I'm saying? He built what, dams? The dams not normal, right? He built dams to mimic the rivers and the streams.
To control the rivers. Because he want to be like YAHWASHI. What do Proverbs 21 and 1 say? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth them whithersoever he will. Showing you that if you have power over rivers, that's a God power. That's a God-like power. So Esau said, you know what? Give me a dam. Let me build a dam so I can control the rivers and turn the rivers whether I want them to go. You're not the Most High, man. Psalms 100, verse 3. Know ye that the Lord, he is power. It is he that have made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. So don't you know that the Lord made you, man? The Lord made you to do what you do and to be what you be. You know, and the Lord made us to be what we be. To say what you be.
Yeah, hey, that's because real
Got
talk.
it, B?
Yeah, straight like that. Just like with the prophets, man. A lot of the prophets didn't even want to be prophets, man.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't change their course, man.
Jonah said, I'm out of here.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Yeah, that'd be like you catching a plane. That's the Lord said, hey, go prophesy in Columbus.
Yep.
So I'm taking a plane to Vegas. Shit, I'm out of here.
Yep. Next thing you know, that motherfucking plane
crashing in the ocean.
Now you end up in the waters by Columbus, Ohio. That's funny as hell. Straight up though. Hey, straight like that. I got a preset real quick. Oh, you got something?
No, I ain't got it. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 11. For thus saith the Lord power, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out.
Hey, Ezekiel 34, one of my favorite chapters. Keep going.
And Salakia, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered, in the cloudy and dark day.
Yeah, because it tell you in one of the books like I tell you how the shepherd has a very intimate relationship with the sheep. And he knows all the sheep by face and by wound. Right. You know, so that's how Yahawashi is with us. Read that again, huh?
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day.
So who's the one gonna save? Those that were scattered. Who is that? The Israelites. James 1:1. Let me precept that. And then give it to you. James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Read. So this is the biological brother of Yahawashi. You mean to tell me he didn't know the doctrine? You mean to tell me he didn't know who he was supposed to be writing to? He didn't know he was supposed to be writing to the Canaanites and the Edomites and the Hittites. He knew exactly what the mission was. The mission was to gather the scattered sheep. Read that one more time and then you keep going down.
Ezekiel 34:12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in a cloudy and dark day. And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the country and will bring them to their own land and feed them upon my mountains of Israel by the rivers.
That's on the other side of this persecution. Remember, keep your mind on the thing that is to come rather than what is present. Yeah, Carl, you read that earlier. Because if we don't meditate on what is on the other side of this, you ain't gonna get through it, man. Ultimately, you're not the elect, you ain't gonna get through it. But this is the type of mindset that the elect will have, right?
And will bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel.
This is Proverbs. That's real quick. This is Proverbs 19 and then 5. A false witness should not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies should not escape. So the one that is a forger of lies will not escape, because we all know that a lie can only go for so long. You know what I'm saying? Before it's revealed to be a lie. Because in order to keep a lie going for so long, you have to have enough of the truth in order to come back up your false claims. You know, and that's how Esau moved. He keep Israel down as much as he can, so in order to what? Continue his false claim. Because when you keep Israel down, you can continue to move as you want to move. This is Amos 9:1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head all of them. I will slay the lives of them with the sword. He that fleeth them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. And, right, so it doesn't matter what Esau do, all these underground bunkers, man, all these trying to go to space, everything he try to do, he's not gonna be able to escape the Lord's wrath, man. He's reserved. He's reserved. You got a reservation, man. You got a reservation, man. You gotta fulfill your reservation. So, hold on. It's your day in court, man. Yeah, you want to get your day in court. Hey, y'all ever seen that movie Dark Knight? Batman? Y'all remember when everything went to hell and they had that court system set up? And everything was flipped around. All the lawyers, all the ones that was like the legal lawyers, now they was bringing them to the forefront. Right? And then when the judgment came, when Batman came out of the little hell part, when he came back on the scene.
Before they put the guys on the ice.
Yeah, before they put the guys on the ice. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, he was y'all yeah. Hey, that's what's about to happen though, man. Because the ones that's so-called legal in this kingdom is gonna be brought.
They shall not regard their kings over places. They gonna bring hey man, these people gonna get pissed off like just like they did in the ancient time dealing with the king of Babylon and etc.
Yeah, it's telling in Isaiah 32 that the vows are no more be called liberals. So you got these like the average Israelites, they look at a Edomite lawyer, man, that's a nice hard working white man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, them niggas ain't liberal, man. They're gonna be known. It said neither shall a churl be called a bondman, if I'm not mistaken. But that's in Isaiah 32. Basically saying that Esau gonna be exposed to who he really is. This front he put on to the world that he is, you know, this godly, you know, righteous, you know, a liberal man. That's all gonna be done away with right now via this word. That's why he's got to come at us, because really it's already happened. People already exposed him now.
Great God, that's what the scriptures say. Never trust your enemy. That same verse, and tell you how he come crouching down, like how he present himself to be something that he's not, which is a threat.
It says Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up into heaven, then shall I bring thee down. And though can you get Jeremiah 51? Hold up, please. Jeremiah 51 is at 33. It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, this will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, right? Because all these things that happen to Israel is happening to Esau and the nations, man. Anything, any curses and things that you read about Israel, you can now apply them to the enemy, man.
That's the scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7.
It says, this will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not for good. And the Lord Yahawah of armies is he that toucheth the land. So it's the Most High that touches the land. It's the Most High that brings this thing to play, man. You know, Jake act like Esau bringing this Marcus into play, Marcus and Venus or Vanessa. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing this couple into play. They act like this is some shit that's randomly happening. No, the Lord is doing all this, man. It says in the Lord
Still teaching that bullshit.
and they still
Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas, man?
I mean, that kind of
Like, bro, we literally laughing at y'all. What said destruction is never done y'all laugh. Y'all about to be destroyed. Y'all still like, bro, what is so, you know what I'm saying? What is so hard about this? Admitting the truth. I thought you was in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is in the truth, but they can't admit the truth.
Hey, the Lord said, when your fear comes, I will laugh at your calamity, man. He's gonna laugh. Hey, he's mocking you, man. I will mock when your fear comes.
That take doing lessons. The title say, you know, they say like World War III, Doomsday, and vaccines in the Bible. But then they ain't going into the mark though. They ain't going to the mark. They ain't going to the mark, but somehow vaccines in the Bible, but you're not gonna break down the mark.
Yeah, no, bro. That's one of the shit, right, bro.
I be like, it is funny. Like it's fun. At this point, yeah, it's funny. Before it wasn't funny. Before it was like I'm trying to save the soul. You know what I'm saying? Get this review.
But that's
now it's like, God,
that's the starter camp, bro. That's why apostles call them starter camps, man. Upstarts, man. It says, and the Lord of armies is he that toucheth the land, and it shall melt, and all that dwelleth therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up holy like a flood, and shall be drowned as by the flood of Egypt. It is he that buildeth his stories in the heavens, and hath founded his truth in the earth. And he that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name, man. So it's the Lord that do all these things, bro. You know, that's gonna reverse these curses. And I might as well get it since y'all keep quoting.
Anything the Lord constantly say is his name. And it said, when you read Ezekiel, he said 1,000,000 times, and they shall know, that I, YAHAWASHI, and the children of Israel shall know, and the heathen shall know.
Yeah.
Because this is all for the reputation of YAHAWASHI. We out here for the reputation of YAHAWASHI. We are, as the Apostle Paul said, we are ambassadors of YAHAWASHI. An ambassador, if you work for a company and you're an ambassador, the company send you forth to explain the business, explain the product, explain the ins and outs of what you're selling or what you're promoting. So we are the ambassador of YAHAWASHI. We promoting what YAHAWASHI promotes, which is his word.
Just one more. It says, jumping down to 11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breach thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
What we're reading about, which is on the other side of what we're going through. It's on the other side of this is everlasting life, man. Never dying again, man. Never having to worry about the flesh ever again. Flesh stalking you, these demons stalking you. All that shit must be done away with, man. Let's not forget that, man. That's on the opposite side of this.
That's why the Lord in Revelation 21, He said, I will wipe away their tears, man. More like sorrows and like pain, man. You know, because all these things are about to be done away with. They can't take their patience, look, man. They can't just wait a little while, man. He said, though it tarry, wait for it, man. Because it should surely come. He already told us it's going to come, but they still is impatient, man.
Well, Sakari, Sakari waiting. They need a reality show while they wait, man. They're going to have a reality show while they wait.
Yeah, okay. It says, so the Lord is building up the house of David, that government. The Lord is building his government right before your eyes, man. It says that they may possess the remnant of Edom. This is all about the possession of our enemies. All right, that heritage, getting our land back, and the things that goes into that land, which is servants, okay, and handmaids and slaves, okay, for edification. It says, because that's true reparations. It says, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, right? The ones that's gonna hide in the underground bunkers, these elites. Okay. It says, and all of the heathen, which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this. So the tabernacle of David that's called by the name of the Lord, because you got simple texts that get tripped up by this verse. The ones that's called by his name are the Israelites, his elect, his body, his government, the house of YAHWAH. And they're gonna take the house of Esau, the synagogue, the chief place of Esau, and they're gonna bound them in chains, right?
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 12. And it says, thus saith the Lord, YAHWASHI, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended.
What do you think this is all about? What do you think this whole New World Order thing is about? Of course, this microchip is about. It's about vengeance. For Esau, for his great forefather, Esau, man. He mad because of what took place thousands of years ago, and is affecting the reality of today. And he wants to change history. He wants to change the future, because history is actually the future.
Yeah, and that's, you know, Esau know about reincarnation and shit. You know what I'm saying? He know about all that stuff.
You got that movie that just came out, Infinite.
Yeah, I ain't get to see that yet. So
I mean, it's all okay.
See, but no, that's not it.
I mean, I understand the concept is that he understands. When you watch the movie, you know that this devil know about reincarnation.
All these shows,
it was 500 people in the world that were called infinites, and basically the 500 infinites was that's the elect in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's really the whole nation of Israel. But like, to me, the infinites represent the elect. But it was 500 people in the world, and they could remember all of their previous lives. So they were highly skilled above all other human beings because they could remember all the skills that they acquired in their previous lives. So that's what the infinites was, you know?
Yeah, because Esau, because before we move off that point, Esau,
it's like it. And it was the villain in the movie. Yeah. He was trying to basically, he created this gun, this special gun that when he killed one of the infinites, their body wouldn't reincarnate. They would be done away with. So basically, that's what Esau trying to do by destroying the elect, by defiling the elect with the microchip so that they're done away with. You know? And the villain was an infinite. You know what I'm saying? He was infinite, but to him it was torture. He didn't want to keep coming back in the flesh. See what I'm saying? Having to live his life and die again, he got tired of it. Right.
And see, because Esau, he see himself as, the children of YAHWASHI as a Jewish. You know what I mean? That's how he pictured himself as the children of YAHWASHI. But, the rest of the infinites, they, you know what I mean? Them are the actual royals. And YAHWASHI, his seed line is through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. He ain't dealing with the other nations.
Because look, like what we're going into, Esau they know all of this because they studied the ancient ways. You know, they were around, they know they would set up things that they could carry on, like the Egyptians, they would bury themselves in their treasures to try to take it into the next life. You see what I'm saying? So Esau, dumb as fuck. So Esau know all this, and He know that the stuff that he's doing, he can he know that he's going to continue to cycle into a period of time. Because Esau's linked with the Canaanites. Esau's linked with the ancient Canaanites. Read that real quick, all right?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 1. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance where they have offended.
So the Lord control all things, right? Go ahead.
That leaving their wickedness, they may believe on thee, O Lord. And verse 3. For it was thy will to destroy by hands of our fathers those old inhabitants of thy holy land.
The old inhabitants were the ancient Canaanites, all right? Go ahead.
Whom thou hatest for doing most odious work of witchcraft,
right,
and wicked sacrifices.
So they was doing witchcraft and sacrifices. So Esau got all these concepts, all these different ways of each ancient kingdom, and he boiled it into one to the point that he's perfected wickedness. Because that was his whole job, to perfect wickedness, right? Go ahead.
It says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of a man's flesh.
Right. Everything he's reading, you can only think about Esau. You know what I'm saying? Because he's mastered this. I brought this precept out as he's going to continue to read because the brother Yafam said something that links with this. Go ahead.
And the feast of blood with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew.
So they have a priesthood. Esau also has a priesthood. Okay, the chief tribe, which are the what? The Amalekites, the Dukes. Okay, they are the priesthood of Esau Edom. Go ahead.
And the parents that killed with their own hands, souls destitute of help.
Right.
That the land which thou esteemest above all others might receive a worthy colony of the Most High's children.
So still linking back what the brothers was going into earlier, man. So the Lord is going to put us back in the land. Because why? He's putting back a worthy colony. You know, the ones that uphold that land right now, they got it by means of robbery. Riches got by deceit. They spoiled it. You know what I'm saying? Until this day, it's still being spoiled. So they're not worthy of that land, man. That's why the Lord took it from the Canaanites.
Nevertheless, even though thou sparest a man, Aslan, and did send wasps, forerunners of thy host, to destroy them by little and little.
Yeah, and that's it on that, because we have to read the whole thing, because, hey, that's what the Lord's doing. He's doing it by little, sending these plagues and pestilence onto modern day Canaan. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord told us we would speak the language of the Canaan. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at, man. All right? Go ahead. The ancient Hebrew, the Paleo tongue. Some people call it the Phoenician or whatever. You got it, King.
Ezekiel 28, verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Yeah, so Esau, he searched everything out. It tells you get Daniel to the 12th verse 4. To tell you that knowledge shall be increased. Okay, so Esau, he was able to search these things out. One thing, see, it don't matter that to Esau, it don't really matter that he was able to search all this shit out. Because the one thing that he wanted to search out, he couldn't search out. The spirit, and also the height of the heavens, the depths of the sea. You know, because if he searched that out, we'd be done away with. See, that's the one thing he can't search out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Khan, look.
At all.
I've been holding this since you said that.
Okay, real quick, because that wisdom that you got, you searching all this stuff out, it basically bugs you out.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
It's Ezekiel 28, verse 17. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. Yeah, so you're gonna be laid before the elected Israel, man, and the kings of the earth. They all gonna see you, man, because they're gonna be in chains, but you're gonna be in chains on your fucking knees.
Yeah, hey, real quick, because they're showing you that, like, he's trying to make it seem like his wisdom is above the Most High's wisdom. You know, just what the brother was going on. This is Proverbs 8. I'll just get right to the point. 22. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning,
or ever the earth was.
Who is that talking about? He's talking about Yahawah, man.
That wisdom, man, that breath, you know.
Because he made everything. It tell you that the wisdom, the incorruptible spirit of wisdom is in all things. Because it made all things. Who made all things? Yahawah made all things.
Right, Colossians 1 and 12 on down. Everything was created for him, by him, you know. It says, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. So here you have a thing that came after all this, trying to overpower the thing that was before. That, you know what I'm saying? That's like when a child trying to tell their parent what to do. You know, you came after me, man. You know, you have no understanding, man. You know, it says, when there was no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest parts of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep. And that's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to like the brother quoted, he mentioned he can't find out the depths of the sea. The Lord know the depths of the sea, man. He know the hairs on your head. He said when he gave to the sea his decree. So the Lord told the waters to stop when it reached the land, man. You have, of course you have hurricanes and shit like that, but the water on a daily basis does not overpower the land. It says when he gave to the sea his decree that the water shall not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. Then I was by him as one, brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
He saw that nothing.
Yeah, you don't got that, man.
You don't got Yahawah, man. You know, that's a whole other wisdom. You ain't got that, man. You don't have that.
That's it. He's seeking that, man. He's seeking that, man. And that's what the elder was going into. He said that's what Esau never be able to do is understand the spirit or grasp the spirit or anything of the spirit. He would never be able to come close to, man. And he knows that. That's why. Yeah, I got it right here. That's why he's bugging out, man. This is Daniel 12 and 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end." Many, and it's the time we in right now, the time of the end, man. It says, "Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So it's like knowledge is being increased, man, by the means of his technology. Okay, like Apostle Tar was going into, man. He said he had quoted. He said somebody had quoted or somebody had stated that a car is nothing but a computer. Now what he say? Y'all know what I'm talking about? He said a vehicle is nothing but a computer with something wrapped around it or something to that effect. Because that's all it is. Everything's moving to the technology, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to implant his seed into elect virgins. I mean, how about YAHAWASHI, man?
You want to make you out the bag, huh?
You want to make you the technology.
Yeah, he's trying to link you with the technology of things, man. Because why? That's the only thing. That's the only way he'll be able to tap into you, man. See, Esau can't tap into you for real. He know that. That's the only way he'll be able to do that. Good. Whatever I got.
I'm gonna go back to the precept.
Let me read this again.
Ezekiel 25.
Okay. We'll go to Matthew 24 and 32, 29.
Yeah. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 14. I'll feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel. I will feed my flock, I will cause them to lie down, says the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. I will seek that which was lost. I will seek that which was lost.
The Lord said he gonna seek. He was seeking that which was lost. That's how we was able to be found. Read that again.
It says, I So like, I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, says the Lord Yahawah. I will seek that which was lost, and bring again that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken, and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong. I will feed them with judgment.
Ooh, and who's the fat and the strong? Go to verse 1, man. See, you guys that's teaching that bullshit, man. I'm telling you, man, the Lord not playing about this doctrine, man. The Lord's not playing about the doctrine.
And they say, I will feed him with judgment. That's that cup that Esau got to drink. You know?
That's that nuclear fire.
Yeah.
What I tell you to do?
Yeah, told me to get Matthew chapter 24 and verse.
Go hold that if you can't go to Ezekiel 36. Read that. Ezekiel 34.
Ezekiel 34:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord, power unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves.
Feed themselves. Keep going.
Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock.
Yeah, so shouldn't the shepherd feed the flocks? Shouldn't you be warning the sheep about what's to come? Not warning them about your reality show? You know? Read that again, huh?
Ezekiel 34:2. Son of man, that's like your 3. No, I'm sorry. Son of man, prophesy against these shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and said to them, Thus saith the Lord, power unto the shepherd. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks?
Right, and we know all Christianity, you know, all the Christian pastors, the Muslim dudes, they all through, man. None of them feed the flock.
That's Romans 10:3. Establishing your own righteousness.
You feed yourself though. You get a bunch of subscribers. You know, you making a lot of money. You got your clothing line. You know, you got the custom hats. You know, you got the new Hebrew Israelite app, website, network. It's a reality TV show. It's gonna have a documentary for your rap album.
Right.
Nazareth.
Right, Nazareth. And Alizar going hard this year. Y'all ain't heard? Alizar, he got a reality show coming. Yeah, baby.
David said, Lord, this
He
your
wants
summer.
a reality show, baby. What the fuck do we need that for, man? What do we need a reality TV show for, man?
Hey, this place about to be destroyed.
Right, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga, man? This shit already shut down. Niggas ain't even gonna have fucking jobs. You talking about a reality TV show, man?
Hey, well, let's accept the mark that comes with this system.
Right.
Hey,
He's how we gonna watch this shit moving the film. This is Revelation 22 and 11. It says, I'm gonna start at 10. And I'm gonna start at 9. Then said he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship Yahawah. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. Right, the time is at hand. And he said unto me, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his works shall be. So every man is going to get according to their works shall be. You know, niggas creating reality shows, niggas planning 3-month vacations, you know, niggas building up Nazareth, and you know, because it's all fun and games, bro. You see, the Lord told you it was a time and place for everything, a time and place, a time for mourning, time for rejoicing. You know what I'm saying? Look, the time is when we about to approach, so I cannot wait to the Lord. Fucking man, just it's gonna come so fast, bro. Like I cannot wait till he just fucking just everything just like I don't even know, bro. We can't even fathom what's about to come according to what's that Jeremiah 30:7, man. Yeah,
13:1. Ezekiel 13:1. And the words of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that
So the Lord
prophesy.
commanded us to prophesy against y'all. You always talk about it. We always bringing this up because you're going off and you need to repent. And it's plain what the true doctrine is. And it's time to stop playing games, man.
What? Yeah, it's Ezekiel 13. No, I got you. Let's go. Let me get it.
What's needed?
This is Ezekiel. Read this first again. This is Ezekiel 13:2. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord. Thus,
So wait, you gotta put this in perspective. Jeremiah is a prophet. He's prophesying against other prophets, telling them to hear the word of the Lord. Meaning what? My name is Jeremiah. I had a true doctrine. Your name is blah blah blah. You are a false prophet. You have a false doctrine. Same thing. Same thing going on today. This has to happen. You don't have the right doctrine. So we're telling you to hear the words of the Lord. The Lord speaking to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You're not speaking through Alazar. You're not speaking through Zabot. You're not speaking through priest Kahan. They need to hear the word of the Lord. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33:9. Then shall they know that I am the Lord when I have made the land most desolate because of all their abominations which they have committed. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another. Even though this is being manifest, they still talking about the apostles of Great Millstone, man.
Hey, but the
They
difference
still
is,
scoffing, man.
they doing it in private. Well, whereas we get on camera, we rebuke in front of all the sheep because that's the duty of a prophet. You guys, y'all talk shit about another camp amongst yourselves in privacy, but y'all won't get on the internet and do a review video because you don't have nothing to rebuke.
It says, also the son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Because they all watch GMS.
Right.
They
Every
all
single
watch
one of them.
GMS.
Every single one of them.
But none of them give them credit. They take little stuff from GMS, they add it to their
The
doctrine.
little words they possibly do, the mannerisms,
Breakdowns.
the breakdowns.
Whole breakdowns they take. And then try to switch it up at the
At
end.
the end, I was about to say, I was about to say.
Some niggas are crap.
Something else. God. It says,
Get to verse 16.
We're gonna spend 10 minutes on that little part right there. The only breakdown y'all got of that, but it's 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it says, and they come unto thee.
Or you be like Nate. You be like IUIC Nate. You just completely skip your Revelation 13.
Right, come.
If I start saying, you completely skip that shit.
Come. And they come unto thee as the people coming, and they sit before, and like the box. Hey, the box saw it coming. So he started to switch it up. So if it is, he started to say little words just in case. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I won't get destroyed. Like,
I don't know who the one nigga was say the shit on this.
Yeah, bro. Oh, that's an old clip. I forgot his name.
Hey, I'll be surprised if he's still alive, man.
Eating the chips.
Like that, yeah.
It says, and they come unto thee as the people coming, and they sit before thee as my people. Right. They look good. They look good. And they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they will show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. Right, that's why the brother was talking about they building up. We was talking about they building up New Nazareth, and they having TV reality shows. And, you know, they having interviews with this people and that people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this a fucking like. You know what I'm saying? Like, they create a movie.
Like, okay, it's all that.
But wow, but yeah, like, why the fuck do? Man, excuse my language, but it's getting me irritated because why do Jake feel like they gotta run to Sinetta to get their point across? That's showing you that they going after that covetousness. Why do Sakari and all these different brothers, Israelites
these different camps got to go to the ones that's against the thing that you believe in to try to validate your point. You're trying to make friends that are enemies, man. You know, and that's what Jake do. You know what Esau, they make friends that are enemies. Why is the biggest question in the world what happens to Esau? You know what I'm saying? They always come up to Esau. They don't care about the they don't care about the Chinese man. They say the white man can say. You know what I'm saying? That's Jake's mindset. Their mindset is to always welcome their oppressor or one that is against them. You know, showing you that the Lord is making this thing precise, man. He said, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice. Real quick, okay. Real quick. You get Revelation 14 real quick. For like 3. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. Will they hear thy words, but they do them not? Because we are speaking the words of deliverance. We are speaking salvation to our people. Okay, this is that song of Moses. This is the building up of that tabernacle, spiritual house. Was that right? Revelation 14:3.
Revelation 14:3. And they sung it as it were a new song before the throne. Revelation 14:2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers with their harp.
So that voice is Yahawashi. So this is Yahawashi speaking. What, Revelation 1 and like 15, 14, 15, one of those? Go ahead.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Yeah, only the elect can get this new song. Lord willing, we are part of that number, man, because through the spirit, we are on the right course, man. You know, it's like if you continue to, like, you trying to make the pros, the NBA or the NFL, and you continue to, you know, to get up shots, continue to work on your speed. If you continue at your craft, 9 times out of 10, you will make the pros. That's what we're doing. We continue. That's what the Lord said. Don't take your hand off the plow. That's why the Lord said, make the call in the next resort. Because if we continue to train and continue to train, 9 times out of 10, we will what? Make the pros. It's simple, man. You got a precept?
Yeah, I wanted to read the second.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, hold that. Yeah, but you know what? Yep. That's cool. Ezekiel 33 and 32, and lo, thou unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice. Right. That's why they continue trying to mix other music. You know, doctrines in this way and all that way. You know, they're not comfortable with just this beat. It says they can play well on an instrument, but they hear thy words, but they do them not. You know, Jacob be extra sometimes. A hard ass beat, Jacob get that same hard beat and just add a couple more ticks to it. Like, why is you doing that, bro? Like, that shit is already cool. But they gotta be extra. You know what I'm saying? Jake the only ones that'll wear a whole ass Gucci suit from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole ass motherfucker. What else? Jake the only ones that's extras, man. Get they rod pimped out and have a whole bunch of shit on it, metallic, and now it look like this, and now it look like that. Jake is extra, man. It says, "For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them." So so it will come to pass. So when it comes to pass, they're gonna know that a prophet been among them, man. Go back to that Revelation.
It's Revelation 14:4. It says, "These are they which were not defiled with women, but they are virgins." And you know, that's a representation of purity. They were not defiled by the other doctrine. You know, it's God. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goes.
Right. Matthew 19:28. You know, that's the reward. I follow the Lord in the regenerations. We went over it earlier. The prophets that want to be prophets, but they was the same people. They gotta complete the mission, man. Just like Esau got to complete the mission, Jake got to complete the mission. Whether you elect or you're a 2/3, man. You know, that's why the apostles keep talking like, you know, it's like, how can you even get mad at these niggas anymore, bro? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The doors of mercy is closing. We're not preaching to all Israel no more. We going out there and stealing the elect. It's always been about the elect. Go ahead, all right.
It says, "These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goes. These are redeemed from among men, being the first fruit unto the Most High and to the Lamb." Now the priest of the Corinthians real quick.
The first fruit. You got it.
Oh, okay, yeah. The first fruits, the first of its kind. You know what I'm saying? The first of its kind, bro.
First Corinthians chapter 1, verse I'll start at 6. Says, even as the testimony of HAQADASH was confirmed in you, so that ye come behind and no gift, waiting for the coming of our Lord YAHWASHI, shall also confirm you to the end, that ye may be blameless in the day of our Lord YAHWASHI. So that's the point. So going back to Revelation 14, they was undefiled. So they weren't infiltrated with the other bullshit doctrine. Second Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. And this is our quote. Second Corinthians 11 and 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband. Now look at that. Read that again. Second Corinthians chapter 11 verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
Why? Because that's the Most High's woman. That's why you think our women, when they come around the brothers, they cover. They got to keep their head covered. You know what I'm saying? They're modest and pearl when they're at home. You know what I'm saying? But when they're around the other brothers or around the congregation, they're covered up because they're made for their husband. The elect is made for Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. So he's jealous over us. So when camps don't preach the elect, and when they don't stress the issue of the elect, that's all this whole thing is about. The redemption of that remnant. Go ahead.
It says, for I have espoused you to one husband.
That's what Esau knows. That's going back to Esau. He's trying to defile the elect virgin, man. He's trying to implant his seed into those virgins. He don't give a damn about the 2/3. He already know they numbered with the sword. He already know they're connected. They're interchangeable. You know, Isaiah 65, he already know that. Go ahead.
It says, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to YAHWASHI HaMashiach.
Yeah, that's what it's about, being spotless, blameless, like the brother read 1 Corinthians. All right, without guile, okay, without deceit in our mouth, without malice, without strife, envy, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? Becoming perfect before the Lord, before the throne, man. Go ahead.
I got it. Yep. Ephesians 1, and I'll start at verse 2. Grace be to you and peace from Yahweh our Father and from the Lord YAHWASHI HaMashiach. Blessed be the power and Father of our Lord YAHWASHI HaMashiach, who have blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Yahawashi. According
100% true. Yeah, that's what that is. That's 100% true. He said with all spiritual blessings. Okay.
all right, and he's talking to specifically the people.
Right. Every prophet came with 100% truth. And then you have the ones that bucked up against that 100% truth.
It's baffling, but it's not, because why would we coming in the stead of Yahawashi, you know, Yahweh has always been a man. So why would Yahawashi have to see 100% doctrine and we come with 98, 95? Knowing what's at stake.
Knowing what's written.
That too, but well, yeah. And verse 4 is the point, says, according as he have chosen us in him, before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy, separate, and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by YAHWASHI HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
John 17:6. I have manifested my name unto the men thou hast given me, man. That name is that reputation, man. That name is the embodiment, the essence of one's character. You understand? That's why a woman takes on a man's last name or takes on his name. This is the house of Kadash, the house of Layash. You know, that everybody dwelling in that tabernacle is a representation of the head of that tabernacle. That's why Proverbs 31 say what it say. She's not, her husband is known in the gate. You know, the way she keeps herself. This, that, and third. So the elect virgin is known in the gate. The Lord told us in Isaiah 13 to go into the gates of the nobles. So when we go into the gates of the nobles and we do what he told us to do, we go out and we represent our husband. So now our husband is known in the gate. So they like, oh, they represent Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. So it's a clear indication of where the spirit is moving and where the spirit is not moving. It's a clear indication to identify a false prophet and a prophet, man. It's simple, because while we dwell in the tabernacle, the house of our husband. All right, read that. We that first Corinthians one more time. We go to verse 3. I mean, second 11. You can read verse 3. You can come back to this verse 3.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety.
So he mind fucked her. So Jake is connected with Esau, so they're out there doing the same thing. They look good, but their mind effing the people. Okay, he beguiled her, meaning he seduced her mind, right? So now, right. So now, when you link that up with Genesis chapter 3, and you also link this up with Ezekiel 37, because when she came into that doctrine, it covered her. Okay, it covered her with skin. It gave her a new character. That's why the Lord had to give us a new character, a different character in Ezekiel 37. Go ahead.
It says, Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in YAHWASHI.
So now watch, that's what we keep going into. So now Jake is overdoing it. They're over righteous. You know what I'm saying? And he said from the now they don't understand that this is simple, man. But that now they gotta create a new whatever. I gotta get this reality show, you know what I'm saying, so I can reach more people. But nope, it says why? Because they're going after their covers. Then I gotta do this, but nope, it goes back to your pride. Then I gotta do this. Nope, it's going back to your lust. Because it's all about you at the end of the day, but you didn't make it about YAHWASHI. So therefore, when a true man of YAHWASHI look at you, we can clearly indicate that you're not a man of the Lord, bro. Because we hope that we are, but we know that you're not. Like the scriptures say, a man may be known by his countenance, man. So we understand that Jake is aligned with the beast. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Nate and all of they was laughing when they took that jab. It's no doubt that they're going to take that Marcus, man. Right? This is Ezekiel 13, and verse 2. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Yashar'Allah that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, woe unto the foolish prophets, meaning destruction, death, man, that follows their own spirit and have seen nothing. Yeah, so they follow their own spirit but have seen nothing. That's why they continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not fulfilling that what they're trying to do. That's why they do it. Well, that's why a junkie is a junkie, because he's substituting a crack with something void in his life, or that void in his life he's substituting with crack. So he keeps doing it because he thinks it satisfied that void, but it really didn't. So that's why he keeps doing it. So I'm gonna read it again. Ezekiel chapter 13 and 3. Thus said YAHWAH, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. And have seen nothing.
They ain't seen it.
They ain't seen it.
They ain't seen it, chip. That's why they ain't teaching it, because they don't see it.
Because that's David.
But yet they still
real quick.
they still preaching the gospel. Somebody they're preaching they're preaching another gospel, which is not another, as it says. Get that in Galatians 1. They say but they haven't seen it. The Lord said, "Blessed are your eyes when they see it, and your ears when they hear it." So you have to be able to see it. But you got guys out here that really ain't seen nothing, and still out here preaching as if they didn't see something, as if they didn't actually, as if the Lord had actually showed them. Genesis to Revelation.
Yeah,
The Lord might have showed you Deuteronomy 28. He might have showed you Jeremiah. He might have showed you Ezekiel.
I got it. I'm right
Promise,
here.
the Lord has showed them from the whole road.
Like it.
Ultimately, because they ate the whole road.
I got this real quick. This is Romans 11 and 6. It says 5. 4. It says, but 3. Romans 11 and 3. Lord, they have killed the prophets and dig down like altars, and I am left alone. And they seek my life. They're gonna think they do the most. They're think they They're gonna think they're in a good case with the Most High. It says, but what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace,
way back to the beginning, wisdom of Solomon 3, the Lord, His grace and His mercy is to the elect. So that the elect, the true grace is the salvation. That's by the election.
there it is. And if by grace, then is it no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace.
Wait, no, I gotta read this everything, bro. I'm on the cherry. I'm on the cherry. I'm guaranteed on the cherry, bro. I leave here, I'm cutting this off, and I'm putting it on my shirt.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, bro. And if by grace, then is it no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more of grace.
We're not telling nobody
To not do the commandments.
yeah, right. That a friend is wicked. But these is when the Lord speaks about friend is talking about a garment like this, a long garment down to the foot. They're not talking about a damn t-shirt, man. All right,
Right. They're not wearing that every day.
that's a
not.
shame. A t-shirt is a shame, man.
Yeah. It's because your garment is rent.
It have.
It says when the scriptures say he rent his garment, when the Pharisees was mocking the Messiah, and they rent their garment. You know, it says and by grace, that's crazy because you mock the Messiah, man. You're offended by his ways, so you rent your garments and you rock it daily, man. Because you're not really walking in YAHWASHI, man. Crazy. It says that by grace it isn't no more works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be a work, then is it no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. What then? Yashala have not obtained that which he's seeking for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them, and let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always.
Yeah, who is David? David is Moses. So Moses is praying at the same wicked, rebellious, young, knucklehead niggas from the fucking wilderness. Alazar, Sakari, all them dudes that's back. We pray that the Bible will be a trap to them. You know, and that's what we're seeing right now as far as individuals not being able to see sound doctrine.
They not really order. They don't like order, man.
They blind.
They blind.
They think they in order though. So they blind. Yeah, you ask them, hey, what if we got order? You know, this brother officer, this brother chief, priest.
You got the young elders out here.
Yeah, you got the young elders, not small. Anyway, man. Well, Galatians. Start at 5.
Galatians chapter 1 verse 5. To whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that calls you into the grace of Yahawashi unto another gospel.
Unto another gospel,
which is not another.
Because ultimately it doesn't lead to salvation. The word gospel means good news. The good news is salvation. Okay, and that only comes through the 100% truth. So the gospel that they're preaching is not really another gospel. You know, it's actually a way of death. It's actually a rebellion. It's actually the fruit in the garden. It's all of that. Go ahead.
But but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Yahawashi. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
They tell you in the book of, I think it's 2 Corinthians, they say, if any man preach another Yahawashi, you do that 2 Corinthians 11:4, preach another Yahawashi, you know, you may fare with him.
Second Corinthians chapter 11 verse 4. For if he that cometh preach another Yahawashi,
Right, another gospel. Because there's only one Yahawashai. Go ahead.
For if he that cometh preach another Yahushua, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
Right. The spirit of Sakari, if we was in the spirit of Sakari, we all have steps in our bag.
Talk about, yeah, I gotta get my CCW, obey the laws of the land. That's a certain spirit that comes with a certain camp. You know what I'm saying? If we was in the ice spirit, we all being black out here sweating our asses off. Talking about John the Baptist ain't in the truth.
Right? Only demons hide their eyes.
Ah.
They be living like you said, the shades and shit.
What's up, brother?
This is Ezekiel.
No, that when you didn't finish the verse. Are you ready, that part? Read it again, bro.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushua, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
Because John, you're not conveying what John saw. John saw people getting microchipped. You saying that John saw somebody thinking in their mind about Christianity. That's not what John saw. You're preaching another Yahushua, man. Another prophecy. Because Yahushua, what? The spirit of prophecy. So you're coming in speaking of another spirit of a new prophecy, another spirit of prophecy.
Yeah, they preaching another way. It's on to John 10, which makes him a thief and a liar.
I got one real quick.
Zechariah 11, verse 16. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young ones, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still. But he shall eat the flesh of the fat, and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock.